Hi. Hello. Um, so HRT and breast growth for trans women. That's what I'm going to talk about. Make a quick little video. Talk about breast growth and boobs. Those right there, they happen. Um, they grow. All right, trust me, they do. Couple of things. They take a really it does not happen overnight. Okay, so it does not happen within a week. It takes a long, long time. When I started doing HRT, well, okay, that's kind of a bad example because I was on it, then I off it, then on it, then off it, then on it, then off it, like I discussed in my other videos. Um, so I'm going to rephrase that. It's going to take your hormones, okay, consistently take them. Um, like you're supposed to, because it your body develops over time, and it takes a long time. It's like probably expect about maybe a year or more of consistently taking your hormones until um, you actually see any noticeable development. Um, excuse me. um, so it takes a really long time. Okay, it does not happen overnight. You don't wake up the next day, or a week later, or a month later, with breast growth at all, with boobs. Nothing. Nada. Now way back when I started self-prescribing my, finding hormones and stuff, I was I had nothing to work with. I had no fat tissue. I had just literally, I was super flat up there. So maybe it just took me a lot longer to get that development. I don't know. Everybody's body reacts differently. Um, so keep that in mind. I do remember they itched. So you scratch them, and you go through these crazy, scratching epidemics, nearly, where it just itches. And just be careful, don't, over scratch, because, you could scratch yourself raw. That happened to me a couple of times. So don't overdo it. But it's a good sign because it means that that your body chemistry is changing and the hormones are working on you. Okay. Uh, it's almost like they never stop hurting. Like after several years, maybe 2 or 3 years, definitely over 2 years, like three. Sometimes, sometimes mine still hurt. But that's not entirely abnormal or unheard of because I have had a few trans women friends of mine that 8 years, 10 years in, and they never got they didn't get a boob job or breast augmentation or whatever you want to call it. They were just taking hormones, and 6 years, even 6 years after, 6 years into their transition of consistently taking their hormone therapy, every day, they still would girl, they still hurt, blah blah blah. So I don't know. I guess it tapers off after about 3 years of your transition. But everybody's body's different. Okay. Um, so yeah. I mean, as you go along, they don't hurt as much. They don't hurt as well. They do kind of hurt as much, but they don't hurt as long. Like I remember sometimes just it was constant. And then it just kind of tapered off, and it was just like, you know, settle down. Um, yeah, boob jobs. A lot of, so I'm going to talk about boob jobs now. A lot of trans women do get boob jobs. There's a few trans friends of mine that didn't. They just didn't. Um, Generally, it really, sometimes people don't want to. Sometimes they're afraid of operations or surgeries, to each their own. That's perfectly, like, understandable if somebody's really afraid of an operation or whatever, or just doesn't like going under the knife, or whatever the case, then who could blame them for that? I mean, that's a very legitimate fear. And they cost money. You know, boob jobs like $4,000, $5,000. I mean, you know, it's a lot of money. A lot of money, okay? A lot of money. But, you know, I don't know if I've said this in other videos or not, but the way that I see things like that is you want to save up your money and you want to get the best, the most experienced, because you're fine-tuning your body. Okay, so, you know, you're not going to go, like if you saved up money, you want to buy a Lexus, okay, or you want to buy a Lac, girl, or you want to buy a Sting, or whatever, you just want to go down there and you want to, you know, you got your heart set on it. You know, you're not going to go, instead of going, like, if you want to get the Lexus, you're not going to go to, like, a used Nissan dealership. Nothing against Nissans. I have a Nissan. Okay, that's the car I drive. It's like a 25-year-old car. It's kind of amazing that it's still driving. But that's aside from the point. But you get what I'm saying? Like some things you don't want to skimp on. You don't want to, you know, go cheaper on or less money on, because you're doing something for yourself, for your psychology, for your body to feel better about yourself. You know, so just save up the money and go to a good doctor. Go to a doctor with a lot of experience. Okay. The more experience, the more patients that the doctor has worked on, especially when it comes to like cosmetic operations or surgeries. It's just the more they do it, you know, like if you go to a, you know, here's what I'm saying. Let's say if you're shopping around for the boob doctor, okay, and you find this one person who's, I don't know, they've done like 100, and he's like, it's gonna be 3,500, girl, just straight cash, whatever, 3,500, and then the other one, you find another one. Let's say he's like 5,500. Okay, so he's $2,000 more. I mean, $2,000 is a lot more money. But let's say the guy that charges the 5,500. Let's say he's done 5,000 boob jobs. I mean, that's a lot, girl. That's a lot. So it means that like that guy over there, even though you're spending more, you're getting quality. You're getting good care. You're dealing with a surgeon and a doctor that knows what they're doing. You know, they have a lot of experience. And I mean, hopefully there's no doctors watching this video. I'm not knocking on anybody. Everybody's got to start somewhere. This is meant, you know, this is the video strictly for trans women and what to expect, and about bodily hormone treatment changes and operations. So I'm not dissing on any trained doctor, okay? So don't hate me. Don't like throw shade at me because I just talk shit about, you know, a doctor without experience. But really, like, think about it. You want to go to a doctor that has good experience, okay? And you also don't have to. You don't have to get a boob job. There's trans women that I know that never did it. In fact, in a different apartment that I lived in, there was a trans woman that was actually a neighbor of mine. And I don't remember how long she, she was in it. She, like, I never asked her. She never told me. I never asked her how long she was transitioning for, but you could tell that, like, her body, was well along in her development. And she didn't have them, so, she didn't have her boobs done. So, I mean, it's not a necessity. You don't have to do it. Not that great of a big deal. Do whatever you want to do with your own body. Uh, don't go to, like, crazy ass clinics that put, I don't even know what they put in it. Like you always hear these stories about cosmetic doctors and whatever that uh they put all this weird like tire foam or just whatever the hell. Don't go do that dumb shit. Just go to a legitimate doctor with a track record. You want to go to a doctor that they've been doing boob jobs for like 50 years or 10 years or whatever. Seriously, like 10 years or 4,000 or 5,000 or even 1,000. I would say even a doctor that's done like 1,000, that's pretty good. But what else was I gonna say? Don't go to anything like where they inject your body with shit that you don't know what it is, and it's not really a doctor that you're seeing, or it's not a table doctor or something like that. Steer clear of that. That's horrible. A lot of women out there get a lot of severe problems and sometimes even die from it. So don't do that. Save your money and just go to a good doctor. Find a good doctor. Like I said, you don't have to do it. There's trans women I've known. Never did it. It's whatever you want to do. But I think that's all the topics that I wanted to cover there. Talked about the hormone development, the scratchy, itchy, and then just it hurts. Oh, just like it would just hurt. Like you'll wake up and they hurt, and then you go to bed and they hurt. Okay. And that's normal. Oh, that's what I was going to say. That's normal. That means the hormones are working on you. And that means that your body is, because you got to think about it. You either eliminate the testosterone out of your body or you take testosterone blockers. That's really the only two options. You're either going to eliminate the makers of testosterone, okay, or you're just going to block the hell out of it and kill the testosterone production that way. So, your body has no sex hormone, no estrogen, no testosterone in your body. So, you're just kind of like dormant. Think like you're just in the middle, I guess. And then by putting the estrogen in your body, consistently your body's reacting to it, and then the hormones, okay, are going to tell your brain how to change the physiology of your body. Okay, so it's going to be like fat redistribution. It's going to like put stuff different places. It's going to make things skinnier. It's going to make things more prominent, more bigger. I don't know. The whole hormone thing's, it's pretty cool. It's like science, you know what I mean? Okay. So, but they do hurt. Like, mine don't hurt. Like, once in a while. Actually, the other day, I just woke up and I was like, oh my God, my boobs hurt. And they haven't hurt in a long time. You eventually just kind of, you're just like, okay, it's normal. So you just kind of put it on. And it doesn't hurt, okay? You just notice it. It's like you feel it. You notice it. But it's not like you can't go to work or anything. So if you just had a thought there. Fuck. What was I going to say? I hate when I forget stuff. So, oh, that's what brought this into my mind. Like after 2, 3 years, usually that seems to be the common thing. I think for me, it was after, I don't know, 2 years, over the 2 year mark, 3 year mark, something like that. So they don't ever really hurt anymore. But the other day, I was like, oh my God, my boobs hurt. And then I thought, let's make a video about that. Because, I don't know, there could be trans women out there. And this is one of the reasons why I make these videos also. I make these videos for a lot of reasons. But this is one of the reasons. It's to kind of give information out there. Maybe there's somebody who is transitioning, a trans woman out there, and they think about all these things, and you know, they want to know how it works, or it's one thing to read stuff on like a medical journal, okay, and it's a whole other thing to experience it, and it's a whole other thing instead of just reading it to actually hear real life accounts from someone else like me and like others out there that can be like, oh, this is what happens, oh, that's normal, oh, blah 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 blah, oh, expect this for that's why I said in the beginning of the video, you know, figure like 3 or 4 years to go all the way through with, like, if you don't get implants or boob job or whatever you want to call it, a breast augmentation. Everybody's calling a breast augmentation. Just call it a freaking boob job, for crying out loud. That's what we all call it anyways, okay? But, you know, figure like 3 or 4 years. If you don't get the top surgery, that's another term, top surgery. Everybody has all these terms. It all means the same thing. It's a boob job. Okay, you're a trans woman getting a boob job. That's it. There's nothing else. That's plain and simple. We're all talking the same language here, is what I'm saying. Anyways, I got off on the tangent, and I can't remember what the hell I was going to say now, and it was kind of important. Like, if you don't get a boob job, then figure that like, you won't, like, be done with your breast development until 3 or 4 years, okay? That's why you shouldn't smoke when you're starting your transition, or through your transition. If you smoke, just quit. Take it from me. It's a bitch. Don't do it. It's unhealthy for you. You know, you don't want to do drugs. You don't want to drink, because those things actually work against your body when you're taking the hormones. So, like, I think, I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on this, but I think that it slows, like, the production rate down. I think like drugs and alcohol and cigarettes slows, or all of them, or just one of them, okay, honey, whatever. I think that slows the progress of the transition down. So instead of, ooh, girl, you progressing, it's like, ooh, you progressing, but you're right here, girl, and you should be up here, girl. Think about it that way. So here's the start line. Here's progress. Okay, this is where you should be. But if you're like drinking bottles of wine or whatever, girl, think instead of being all the way up here where you should be in your first year, you're like, woo, I'm back here. That's how it also was for me, because I'm like a fucking ex-addict and I'm a fucking ex-alcoholic and just all the above. So Sophia just had fucking issues. Still clean and sober, though. Thank you. So think about that kind of stuff, is that does slow your rate, your production down. The other thing that I think also slows down your production, same analogy, start and progress, and instead of being up at the progress line, you're like in the middle. It's like starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. That's something that I did in the beginning, and I think it really kind of like fucked everything up, because I would get my hormones and I'd be on them, and then I'd run out of them and I couldn't afford them, and I had to pay my rent, and I was about to get evicted, and my car was going to get impounded. I stopped paying the insurance on the car to pay the car up, and I couldn't even catch the car up. But then the world was crazy. Shit will happen. But, if it comes down to keep the roof over your head or get your hormones, you're going to keep the roof over your head because you don't want to be homeless on the streets. It's a terrible place. That's a fact. I think I really exhausted all that. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, starting and stopping. And then finally, I got to a situation where I was really in a terrible situation. My car got stolen. No, it didn't get stolen. It got impounded. I've had like 3 or 4 cars get impounded. It's horrible. And so then all of a sudden I didn't have a car and I lost my apartment. And it was just a big shit parade for Sophia. And so then I just completely stopped ordering the hormones. And I went off them for I think it was about 7 months, which is a long time. And you don't want to do that because it really, fucks your transition up. So don't do that. That's why I stress, go to a doctor. They'll do blood work. They'll monitor your body. They'll keep you safe. And you're not going to just be... Because you could imagine the whole clusterfuck of inside my body. It's like there's no testosterone. Then there's estrogen, and there's nothing, and there's this, and there's that. My body was probably just going, girl, you crazy as hell. This shit is fucked. What the fuck are you doing? I still have to drink a lot then, too. Wow, this video, I think it's going on. This has been 20-some minutes. That's all I'm going to do. Hopefully that's informative. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Other trans women, if you're still watching, go ahead, and if you want to write a little comment about how it was for yourself, go for it. I always like reading everybody's comments. Everybody's nice comments. I don't like the mean ones. There's a lot of mean-spirited people out there. I had somebody a little while ago tell me something about having... They wrote a comment and they're like, you have a wig. I'm like, motherfucker, no, I don't have a wig. This is my real fucking hair. This is the hair on my head, honey. Okay. I don't normally get upset about comments, but that one was that was fighting words. Fucking dumbass. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.